Hello from Stage 4 of the Redlands Bicycle Classic, presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. Brad Soner here alongside Frankie Andreu. As Frankie, today we get into a little faster racing than we've seen so far in the week. Road racing earlier, but today we get into the criterium.
Yeah, yesterday I finished at the top of Mountaintop, finished at the top of Oakland, but today at Criterium, 9-corner circuit, only 1 mile long, and it's about taking corners fast, who has legs that can sprint, who's quicker than the rest, and of course it's very compact. It takes a long time for it to spread out, and that's exactly what Lindsey Baer here is trying to do, try to break things up.
Yeah, Baer was one of the first riders to make the move for the Pepper Palace women's pro cycling team in the red jersey there. That would really be one of the only attacks of the day as the GC teams tried to keep the race together. Mara Abbott and her LA Sweat team did a great job keeping the race all together.
And with one time bonus sprint halfway through, Mara Abbott had a 22-second lead. Amber Neben was in second. But those point jersey, that green jersey, was up for grabs. And this is what a lot of the women were thinking about going through the race. Lindsey Baer continued to drive off the front. But United Healthcare, Optum, BMW, presented by Happy Tooth, the same teams really controlling things, trying not to let anything get away.
Yeah, all together at 5 laps to go, and then we saw the legendary United Healthcare Blue Train coming to the front in the last 5 laps. Frankie, everybody knew this was coming, but it's just so hard to control the criterium when you have so many fast racers on one team like United Healthcare had.
Well, with 2 laps to go, you can see them throwing off unneeded weight, trying to get ready, talking with each other, lining up. You see the colors, they're matched up, the blue and white, the orange, the green of Tipco. Everybody trying to line up, but United Healthcare has an incredibly talented roster, some very fast women, and what they're trying to set up is the current 2014 National Criterium champion in Corinne Rivera.
Yeah, looking at the final lap of racing right here, you can see Rivera with 3 teammates, just in front of her, and they really did deliver this one perfectly for Corinne Rivera as they made their way around turn 3 and back onto the finishing stretch. Rivera really didn't have to do anything. She took the lead out from the teammate, sat right on the wheel, and it was all about patience. Leah Kirschman had a good go at it for the Optum Pro Cycling team in the red jersey there, trying to follow the wheel of Rivera, but Rivera has the perfect lead out, and she sprints early to the victory in the downtown Redlands Criterium.
Corinne Rivera with a nice victory, pedaling the entire time around that last corner. Leah Kirkman was the winner last year, 2014, of the Redlands Crit, but no one could match the train, the speed of United Healthcare, and Corinne Rivera.
Important win for Rivera. She actually got her start racing here at the Redlands Bicycle Classic at just 8 years old. She entered her first kids race here in downtown Redlands.
But at the end, you proved to be the fastest. Take me through that last kilometer. Was it crazy?
Not so much. I had, full faith in my team, and we've really perfected the crit lead out. So everyone knew, their job and how to execute, and it was just a matter of, doing it and controlling what we can control.
Exactly, controlling what you can control. They know how fast you are. Are you surprised that the race kind of played out the way it was and nobody really attacked to try to split it up?
There are a few attacks here and there, and I kind of rolled off to the front with a little group, but I think it's pretty hard for a group to want to roll with me, tagged along with it. But my team did a great job curving other moves as well, and we all did our job correctly to keep it all together, to have it come to a bunch sprint.
On the men's side, it was all about Phil Guyman today in the yellow jersey for the Optum Pro Cycling team as Guyman looks to take another overall victory here after winning this race back in 2012.
Well, Phil Guyman with a comfortable lead, 31 seconds over Gavin Mannion. And you can see on the front, everybody trying to sprint to that first corner of the whole shot. There's Daniel Holloway, Ty Magner, Freddie Rodriguez. A lot of the top sprinters in the nation are all here in this criterium. Sebastian Hayedo from Jameis. So right now they're going to come around 9 corners, 90-minute criterium. So it's not exactly a short race.
Yeah, really a surprisingly strong sprinting field for what is usually considered a road racer's race. This was the breakaway of the day as these 6 guys got away. You're looking at Brendan Rim, Luis Amaran, Ulysses Castillo, Alexander Ray, and Peter DeSera. Chris Reichert is in here as well for the Mike's Bikes team, but he would eventually go out of the breakaway after actually crashing out with another rider in the break.
Well, 2 riders crashed out. This is Alexander Ray getting ready to come in. So they're able to get a free lap and then come back in with the leaders. But Brendan Rim pushing the pace here. Luis Amaran from Jameis, they have a sprinter, Sebastian Hayedo. So they're kind of taking it easy. Luis Amaran taking it easy as the break is trying to stay away. And these are the 2 riders that crashed down that you had mentioned. This is Peter DeSera and
Chris Reichert.
And Chris Reichert that went down. So now breakaway group is reduced.
Yeah, then this was huge. A big crash, 5 laps to go. Now, this is just outside of 5 laps remaining. In pretty much every GC contender going down, you see Phil Guyman in the yellow jersey there. Gavin Mannion went down as well. Horner was involved in this crash, so it was a major, major shakeup in the GC.
This was a major shakeup in the GC, and the question was, with these riders, they're going to have to chase. 5 laps to go. Normally, you have to get back on, but the chief commissar ruled they come into the pit, and if they take a free lap, then there's only 4 laps to go, so they're not allowed to come back in, so everybody gets same time. So now the focus is on the finish.
Yeah, this breakaway was incredible today. It looked at 2 laps to go like they were safely away, but the field was chasing so hard in the final 2 laps. The gap here was just over 15 seconds up to what is now 5 riders remaining in the breakaway. They thought they were safely away, but Frankie, by the end of this race, we saw these guys come very close to being caught when you have teams like the Hincapie Racing Team chasing on the front.
Well, Hincapie on one side, Smart Stop on the other side. 2 teams not in the break. These 5 riders trying everything, and they know they can't mess around. They can't cat and mouse. They have to keep it, because right now Travis McCabe from Smart Stop trying to take a flyer, almost going to come around and do a whole lap chase to try to catch up to these 5 breakaway riders.
Yeah, these guys end up almost getting caught coming onto the finishing stretch. Brendan Rim leading it out in the red jersey for the Cal Giant team, actually leading 2 turns. This will be the final right-hander as you see Rim getting out of the saddle, and this kid was incredible. What a great week for the Cal Giant team as Rim sprints out of the final turn and then takes it all the way to the line. Brendan Rim gets the biggest victory of his career in downtown Redlands.
Brendan Rim, an under 23 national criterium champion, but this, he said, is the big win for his career. Unbelievable win. Your director said that you felt strong this morning. You were going to go out and try to do something. Did you think it would end up with a stage win?
No, I did not think it would end up with a stage win. My focus today was to go for the points, possibly the green jersey, and it worked out. So I'm pretty happy with today.
Fantastic. All right, can you tell me what was going through your mind when you were in the break? You had Amaran sitting on a lot of different dynamics. How were you planning on handling that finish?
I was convinced that we weren't going to make it, actually. I was focusing just on the points, not going for any other preems, just for the points. And then we got to about 10 laps to go, and the gap was still at 30 seconds or whatever it was. And I was like, well, I guess it might actually work now. And at that point, I took shorter pulls and just tried to gauge where everybody else was at.
This is a huge win. What does it mean for you?
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest result of my career. So, yeah, this is big.
Hopefully more to come.
So Rim takes the top step of the podium, joined by Luis Amaran in second, and a great ride for Alyssa Castillo of the KHS Maxxis team in third. Again, no change in the GC because those riders were given field time. Phil Guyman remains in yellow as Brendan Rim takes over the green points leaders jersey, and a great ride in the white as well. That'll do it for us from the Stage 4 Criterium in downtown Redlands. Frankie Andreu and Brad Soner, we'll see you back here for the final day of the Redlands Bicycle Classic presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians.